Hey guys, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis. Kon-Tiki. Wanted to show you a little bit of the sky this morning. We're supposed to have some rain coming in, allegedly. We didn't get any yesterday. Lots of thunder, some lightning in the distance. Thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening. I don't know what a thunderbolt is. I know what a lightning bolt is. There's Kon-Tiki coming up. This morning when I woke up, I had Dan talking to me. Dan lives here in Kon-Tiki with his lovely wife, Wanda, who watches my channel. Thank you, Wanda. I appreciate that. And Wanda's mother, Louise, up in Cleveland, Texas, watches my channel. So thank you, Louise. I was in the back of the truck, just waking up, looking for a wash rag. And Dan pulled up, talked at me through the window, and then said he would wait for me. So I got in the front of my truck and went window to window, turned around, spoke with Dan for a little bit. What did we talk about? We talked about me snoring. We talked about that my body type reminds him of a friend that is a ham radio operator. Reminded me of my buddy John. And Dan thought that would be something I would really enjoy, but I do not. I would not. And what else? What else did we talk about? Dan doesn't watch my channel. And what else did we talk about? Uber and Lyft. Dan drove for Uber and Lyft. Good morning. I got a nice wave and I saw a dog. And Dan didn't know that I used to drive for Uber and Lyft. So, that's been my morning so far. Got my coffee. Thought I would come see what was going on with the sky. It's been, sun rose about an hour and 15 minutes ago. I'm awake. I'm woke. Didn't even stop in the Wally World. I was hoping to have a nice cool morning, and it is cool. This morning it wasn't bad sleeping at all. It was a little muggy when I went to sleep last night, but I'm just telling myself it's getting just a tiny bit cooler every day as we head towards September, and it's going to be awesome. I did have, here comes a truck, guys. Woo! I did have something bad happen. Someone stole my limbo pole. Someone stole my limbo pole. I mean, how low can you go? Boom. Dad joke. 8:03 a.m. in the morning. Here's someone walking. It's pretty sweet. Headphones. Good morning. She has headphones. You know, maybe when I'm saying hello to some people, they have headphones on and they just don't hear me. That could be. Or maybe they just want their little quiet time. In that case, I was coming up behind her and she had headphones on. But good for her, getting out for a morning constitutional. I did not check on Luciano yet. Usually when he thinks there's going to be rain, he'll stay at the church so he doesn't get all his stuff wet, which is a good idea, but this type of weather probably drives him crazy. Oh, look at that, guys. That's nice. It's not the view from Kon-Tiki, but it'll do. I'm ready for a little road trip. We're going to do that little road trip to Mustang Island if the weather cooperates. You know what? I think unless it's raining, I'm just going. I've made 100 Port Aransas videos. We might as well make one in the rain, right? You know, down there, we're now on radar. Last night, it was thundering. The cloud cover was coming in, and basically the storm split right where I was parked, and went, you know, miles on both sides of me. I was like, man, I really wanted a free truck wash. It's, man, I don't know what the temperature is, guys, but it feels pretty good. Okay, here comes someone walking a dog. Walking a dog. I do love a dog. I always like when I tell a dad joke and someone will write in the comments, "I'm sorry you got your limbo pole stolen." And I never know if they're serious or not. Virtually no wind. Look how calm that water is. Look at this dog. Just look at this dog, how happy that dog is. He's walking, wagging his tail. Maybe he knows these people coming up, this lady coming up the other way. Let me give them lots of room. Let me let them pass, and then I'll wait. They seem to know each other. That's why the dog's happy. Oh, that dog is so happy to see that lady. Yeah. He's all snuggled up against her. They're talking, so they know each other. Ooh, I see someone fishing. Guys, we got dogs. We got people fishing. Aww. Oh. I love that dog. I love that dog. That dog is awesome. He's got his head all buried against her leg like, oh, pet me, love me. There's someone fishing. I wonder what the benefit, and I honestly don't know. What's the benefit of standing in a foot of water compared to just standing on the bulkhead? Maybe he's been going back and forth, out deeper and more shallow. I don't know. Good for him for being out fishing. Hopefully he'll catch himself some dinner. Now the sky ahead is real interesting. That was kind of the way I was facing when I woke up several times this morning. I kept hearing a truck coming right by my truck, which is unusual. And I think that turned out to be Dan. Kontiki Dan. Good morning. We got a wave, guys. See? It's going to be a good day. There's those famous windswept trees. We're going to get in here. We're going to take out these telephone poles because it's messing up my my view of the windswept trees. And then we're going to put them back. Stronger than ever. Last night, once I got into bed, I watched some videos. I watched some All Astrology. I watched The Truth's wife's channel. It's outdoors and traveling. I have to write it down. I really enjoy her videos, and it's just, I got a mental block about the name. And I watched a little bit of 2 live streams that their daughter Nicole did. That was actually on Facebook. Private duck. No trespassing. Yeah, I get a lot of questions why all the docks are damaged. It's expensive to replace a dock, and most of them were damaged during Hurricane Harvey. I think at some point when you replace them, you kind of say to yourself, you know what? Maybe I don't need a dock. I haven't seen a dock estimate in almost 4 years. So I am kind of curious, with lumber going up and hopefully wages going up. Person I worked for paid his carpenter as well. If you were unexperienced and starting out like a laborer, I'm going to say 10 to 12 bucks an hour, and that was 4 years ago. Experienced carpenters made good money. Experienced carpenters who showed up for work made good money. Some made good money and didn't think they needed to show up for work every day. Especially when we paid people on a Thursday. Only the good workers. Oh, look at the dog. Good morning. I got waves. We're good, guys. Everything gonna be all right this morning. Oh yeah. It's always fun to hear stories about doing a dock in certain areas where you have two guys setting the pilings and one guy watching out for gators. That's some hazard pay right there. I can't imagine how they repaired some of the piers they have over at the wildlife refuge where the gators are. That's probably why there's no viewing platform at that one gator hole. The best place to go see them. But that hole's dry right now. I don't know if I mentioned this last week. I certainly meant to, so I apologize if I'm saying it again, but Jacob's Well is dry right now. Jacob's Well, I have videos from Jacob's Well, and I've talked about it quite a bit. You can go on YouTube and find awesome videos of Jacob's Well. It's outside of Wimberley, Texas. And it is an underground cave system that's part of a natural spring, all underwater, part of the aquifer. And the last, say, 30 feet of it comes straight up out of the ground into a creek bed that is maybe, most of the time I've seen it, a foot deep. And right next to where the cave comes straight up and the water comes out, there's a diving rock. So it comes out right, in my lifetime, the last 10 years, it comes out and there's a little bit of a ripple, but you can dive from the rock down into the cave and then swim over to the 1 foot section and get out. And people do that all the time. Back in the 30s, 1920s, 30s, they have photos and stories of how before they built in that area and developed it, the water would come straight out like a water fountain, like 25, 30 feet in the air, and you could jump into that and eventually get lowered down to the water level, so those days are gone. And it used to be, the first few times I went there, it was hard to find. Like even the locals didn't know where. Good morning. Even the locals didn't know where it was, or they didn't want to tell you where it was. I think it was a little bit of both the first time we found it. And there was a parking lot. You'd walk about 50 yards. And I know I told this story now that I think about it. Down just a dirt path, and you'd be there, and it's a hill on both sides, rocky hill, and people would hang out all day. You bring a cooler, there'd be families, college kids, you know, everyone just having a good time. Now the government got involved. Yep, you see where I'm going with this? And you had to go to a ranger booth, and only a certain amount of people every day are allowed to go there. And there's a parking lot and pass now, and the handicap parking spot that I went to, I'm going to say it was about 20 times further than I used to have to walk from the handicap spot. And they have a butterfly center, and they have a rock, like a rock maze, and now there's steps involved and paths. And I in one of my videos, the first time I went there through all this, I brought a chair with me, so I walked 100 yards, sat down, walked 100 yards, sat down, that type of thing. Good morning. And I never made it to Jacob's Well. They couldn't tell me how far of a walk it was, and I'm like, how far is the path? You know, I got bad knees. I don't know if you guys know that, or if you're watching my channel for the first time, and they kept saying, oh, it's about 10-12 minute walk. I'm like, now that's you walking. How far is it? Is it a quarter mile? Is it a half mile? Like, how far is it? And no one could answer me. And then when I went back a second time with my buddy Mark and his son, I found out that I could have requested that a you know, like a 4x4 take me there, at least to the steps. And the steps was apparently the longest walk, and I only made it to the bottom of the stairs the last time, so I was not happy about that. But my buddy Mark and his son took my phone and got me footage for the video. So I think we went there twice where I did see it, and I went there twice where I didn't see the actual Jacob's Well. But as far as the things I've seen in Texas, that's definitely one of the things to see, in my opinion. Jacob's Well, Hamilton Pool. I really like Barton Springs, the Blue Hole, and they're all not too far away from each other. Caprock Canyon State Park with its bison herd is amazing. The Buddy Holly statue in Lubbock, the Willie Nelson statue in Austin, the Stevie Ray Vaughan statue in Austin, the Riverwalk in San Antonio. I love, and I love, we always stayed at the old Hyatt right on the water, and you could walk kind of from the basement there, this really beautiful garden. It was just on my Facebook memories. Really wooded area with you know, waterfalls, like, you know, all man-made and landscaped and all, but just absolutely gorgeous. Where else in Texas have I been? Lukenbach, Texas was just amazing. A lot of the state parks were awesome. Palladoro I really enjoyed, and Palladoro is probably people's favorite out of everything I said, but to me it was a little bit too commercial. It was a little too, you know, they had an amphitheater and stores at the bottom of the canyon, which I know a lot of people like that kind of stuff. I like the more natural settings. So I like Texas. I'm glad I moved here. Well, guys, I'm just rambling now. We're at Fulton Harbor, drinking my coffee. Haven't gone to the bathroom yet since I got up, so I think I'm going to do that. You guys writing this down? There's the boat we saw yesterday looking at the dolphins. And I believe, was it Deborah or Pat that said the captain was Tommy Moore? Looks like they're getting ready to go out somewhere, huh? The skimmer. There you go. There's another reason I like skimmers. Thanks for riding along today, guys. Thanks for watching.